Welcome back to Save the Good Girl. Hey, come on and have a seat. So this is the SOE edition, and SOE is not state of the emergency, okay? Although it feels like that, but it's not. SOE actually stands for Shot of Erica. Like a shot of an espresso, I will give you a boost at the beginning of the week to prepare you for the fabulous episodes that are coming at the end of the week, because you're luxury. So I have to give you a luxury style show. And in this particular episode, we are going to talk about 3 reasons why you need to have an open door policy. What do I mean by that? Let's get into it. We will get back to this fabulous episode, but I just wanted to let you know that you can find Save the Good Girl on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, and YouTube. There is also a chance for you to be featured on the show. Check out the link in the description to send me a voice message. In addition to the podcast, did you know that Save the Good Girl has a blog? Be a part of VIP by subscribing to the email list on SaveTheGoodGirl.com. So many options to stay connected. All right, let's get back to the episode. I think at some point we all have experienced situations where you had a close friendship or a relationship with someone or family or a coworker or whatever the friendship or relationship is, and it just dissolved, right? Like somehow, somewhere down the line, you're not connecting to this person anymore, or they're not connecting to you, whether it be via betrayal, via I just don't fuck with you no more, via a revelation that you realized about this person. There's so many reasons why a situation may fall out. And when that happens, right, 2 of you aren't speaking that much anymore. You don't talk to this person as much anymore. And it's really important to find a way to forgive, because this is how you get to the open door policy. I'm going to get into the 3 reasons why you need to have an open door policy, but truthfully, to get to an open door policy, it really starts with forgiveness. You have to forgive this person. Now, I know that there's certain things that may occur that may feel unforgivable, and it's like, I will never forgive this person. The thing is this: you don't have to talk to this person. You don't have to revisit the same relationship with this person, but you can slowly try to forgive them, because forgiveness is not about saying that you're okay with what they're doing. You're not okay with what they did. It's not saying that you're okay with it. That's where I feel like the ego will come in, because the ego will make you say, well, if I forgive this person, that means that they can do whatever they want to me. No, that's the wrong way to look at forgiveness. Forgiveness is really accepting what happened and choosing to not let it control you. You're not letting this take over you. You're not going to let this sink into your soul and sink into your body. However, when something first happened, you are allowed to be annoyed. You are allowed to be upset. You are allowed to take your time to get into your own resolution with yourself, where whenever you think about this person, it doesn't piss you off, or when you see them, it's not awkward. You're allowed to feel how you feel. I think it's really important to acknowledge that. However, when those feelings has dissipated and you are like, okay, I feel all right with this, you can forgive the person and move on. There's a possibility that that individual who did it, whatever they did to you, they needed a growth moment. Maybe they were going through something. There's a reason why that you guys weren't speaking at that particular time, or that you guys fell out. And I think one thing people fail to realize is that if our phones have to be updated, no one is carrying a phone from 1995. People are updating their phones. iPhones have new updates for iOS like every couple of months. And I think it's important to note that we have so many updates, and we need to remember that human beings also are updated. You may not meet the same version of the person you saw or you encountered 2 years ago. That person may have changed. So to get to the open door policy, there needs to be an element of forgiveness. You have to get there. And then you have to understand that when this person decides to speak with you, or let's say if you initiate the conversation, be aware of the fact that this person may have updated themselves. Maybe there's something that have grown within them or something that happened, and they can actually talk to you about it in a very mature way. So open door policy means that anytime that someone is ready to come back into your life to have a conversation, to discuss a conflict, you are going to be open about it. You are going to have an open communication about it. You are going to say, yes, we can talk. Yes, we can have a conversation. That does not mean that the relationship will go back to normal. It may. We don't know. But the whole point is that you are willing to listen. And because time has passed and you had the time to forgive and think about what happened, you are also willing to hear them. Because when you are upset after what someone did to you or what someone said to you or how certain things ended or the lack of effort on one person's part, when you're very hurt and angry by that, it's really hard to hear them because in your mind, you're like, no, fuck you. Like, I don't fuck with you no more. Like, excuse me, no. But, and a big but, we really need to come to that place where we can have so this is how I feel. I feel like I have an open door policy because I've worked really, really hard on my inner peace. It doesn't mean that my inner peace doesn't get disrupted or challenged, but I'm aware and I know like when I need to take a pause, right? So because I'm aware of my inner peace, I can have an open door policy. I can't guarantee the validity of our relationship, but I will give you an opportunity to speak. I will. And we can have a conversation, but it doesn't mean that we're going to get back to normal. But there might be certain answers that will be a little bit more clear to me after we speak. There might be certain things that have happened that now that we're both in a better space to talk, it will make sense to me now. And I'm in a place to actually hear you. Inner peace is like cleaning your ears. Because you can actually, your senses are heightened when you have inner peace. You can hear, you can feel, and you have compassion. So even though this person may not be back in your life in that particular way, you can still have a conversation and understand where they're coming from to possibly form a relationship with them that's cordial or get back to normal. Sometimes all it takes is just a conversation to really hash some shit out. And we let things fester for a while, and all it takes is someone to challenge you. I like when people challenge me. And I think sometimes, like I'm usually the person that's always challenging other people. Like if there's a problem, I'm like, we need to talk. I'm going to come to your house. I'm going to call you. I'm going to text you. Like I want to make sure, because I really value my relationships with people, that if there's a problem or friction or something happened, I really want to make sure that I do my part to keep it all together. But I think sometimes when you're always the one that's the bigger person, you're always the one that's reaching out and you're always the one that's checking in, at a certain point, it really does get frustrating. And it's like, I'm not doing this. If you want to talk to me, then you call me. I'm not calling you, right? But when you do call me, I'm also not going to not talk to you because, you know, because I'm in that space. And I think it's hard for people to kind of have that open door policy because of the fact that they can't. They just feel like, you know what, you did this and I'm not over it. And that's fine. If you can say that fully, that's fine. Don't rush the process. But what I'm saying is, once you have forgiven this person, whether they have formally apologized or not, keep an open door policy. So here are the 3 reasons why you need to have an open door policy. Number 1, it helps with your forgiveness. You're not holding on to the grudge. When you hear their name, when they're around, you're not angry. Your whole body doesn't change. Your blood pressure doesn't go up. Forgiveness, there's so many benefits to forgiveness. It also helps with your inner peace and how you feel. And you're not letting this affect you. You're not letting this control you. And that's truly what forgiveness says. I'm not going to give you that much power. I'll take my time to get there, but I'm going to forgive because I really want to move on from this. And the second thing is, There it is. Moving on from the situation. Move on in a healthy way. Move on so you could really live your life. You're not thinking the what ifs and this and that, because why? You have forgiven the person already. You forgave them. All of your questions in your mind and doubting yourself, that's all going to go away when you forgive, because you have put it to rest. And when they're able to come back to you and have a full conversation, then you can say, let's talk about it. But you're able to move on. So that's another reason to have an open door policy. And the last reason that's still very, very important, and I said this, is that your senses are cleared. You are able to listen. You are able to listen, and you give someone the opportunity to really talk about and walk you through why they said what they said, or why they did what they did, or maybe you said something that triggered them. You don't know. You don't know. So it helps to have the open door policy to introduce the conversation, to introduce the possibility of really recovering from the hurt, because it hurts you. This is why you got to this place in the first place. Whatever happened between you and this person, it hurts. It hurt your feelings. And it is important to have a conversation, because when people are going through things, you don't know what people are dealing with. And I truly believe that people act out how they feel. So if they're not saying it, they're going to act it out. And maybe someone did say something crazy to you because they're going through something in their own life and they didn't know how to navigate that. So unfortunately, it went on you. So I really wanted to talk to you guys about having an open door policy and just give you some reasons why it's really important, and have you think about this in a different way, because I think it's important just to be open. I'm not saying for you to just, sit there and let people do whatever they want, but more so if an opportunity presents itself for a conversation and a way for you to connect with this person that you love and that you cared for, I think you should. I used to be that person, like, nope, like, I'm not talking to you. You hurt my feelings? Absolutely not. But I will say that when you master inner peace, it really does. There's so many benefits with inner peace, and it really does help with having your open door policy and keeping it like that. So, yes, like, right? Just saying it, I feel like I could just breathe better. It really does. And I hope you guys really take that into consideration. The next time somebody wants to, just meet you for coffee or call you or come over or just talk. Again, it does not mean that you guys are going to be best friends, or maybe it will. Maybe it will. We don't know. So let's be open to it. Thank you guys for listening to the SOE edition. I really appreciate you coming back. We really connected. We really connecting. So check back this week for the fuller episodes of Save the Good Girl, and I will talk to you very soon. Bye. I feel like we're connecting, so let's make sure we're connected. You can find Save the Good Girl on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and Pinterest. Did you know about the Save the Good Girl blog? Yes, there is a blog. Check out SaveTheGoodGirl.com to subscribe to the fabulous VIP email list and be the first to know about new podcast episodes, new blog posts, and giveaways. In addition to listening to Save the Good Girl on many platforms like Apple, Google, Spotify, and many more, you can also subscribe to the Save the Good Girl YouTube channel if YouTube is more of your thing. There are so many options to stay connected and be a part of the Save the Good Girl community. For all updates, or if you just want to contact me to say hello, ask me a question, or send me a comment, check out the contact section on SaveTheGoodGirl.com.